Straws.
Pudding.
Pudding. Wow. Okay.
Sorry. We try not to be off the rails, but
No,
as we go live,
we're starting
it's-
off the rails.
It's too late. So. Hey everybody, I'm Phillip,
I'm Tommy.
and welcome to RCX Unfiltered. We have Tess behind the
Hi.
laptop as she's doing something with a straw and pudding.
And
pudding.
Really,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know how to go there. So, again, sometimes I'm not old enough for these shows, even though they're unfiltered. Even though these shows are unfiltered, I want to make sure that we're loud enough.
Yep.
Just in case. So Megan's joined us. Bill's joined us. Ooh, good evening.
Good
been all-
evening,
he's-
Bill.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hi, Megan. I'll just go with that and the good evening thing. I don't have much. I don't really. I need a top hat and a monocle for that. So anyway, lots of stuff going on, I guess.
Yep.
Gregory's going on.
Bye,
He's
Gregory.
just going on.
Hi, Gregory.
On the
I
morrow.
miss you.
On the morrow.
Phew.
Good evening.
Wait, is this all right? Never mind. I was getting ready to go. Getting ready to go through books, and there was no Marvel books, but there's the one.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to hop right into books. We have a few things to talk about. We have to talk about T-shirts and free
Mhm.
comic book day and books and Tess deciding to get all her teeth removed.
It's weird.
So it's been a weird week.
Very
It's-
strange.
Yeah.
I didn't decide this. They told me I had to.
So first off, we're going to talk about Action Comics number 1054.
Where the fists are up. Oh. Yeah.
So, Fist, is it a new story arc?
No,
No.
we're still in the
Okay.
we're still in the first story arc.
I have read very little this week. This is one of the things I have not read. So
Yeah, I read it. So we're at that point in the Superman book where my interest in the book is starting to wane a bit. And it has nothing to do with Superman or the book. It's just how I read comics. Like the things in the book that are keeping me interested are Connor and John and the Wonder Twins. I can't remember their names.
do their powers activate?
They do sometimes.
Okay.
But like the villain of the piece is Mentalo, who I've never found to be particularly interesting. But when he is interesting, it's when Clark is trying to be like, "Hey man, I get it. You got a raw deal. Your life has not turned out the way that you wanted. Let me help you." And that never works out. It just doesn't. So I'm still enjoying Action, not as much as Superman, not as much as Adventures of John Kent, but it's still pretty solid. Now, I will say I did not read the backups this week because I got behind. Like yesterday and today were kind of chaotic, so I did not get to read books as early as I had hoped. So I was trying to churn through as much as I could.
And that's my favorite part of these books are the backups, actually.
I know,
Especially
and
Action.
I feel bad that I didn't.
The Lois and Clark 2 in here is when they went out to California for a little bit before John got taken out into the world.
Before John got aged up
Thanks, Bendis.
for reasons.
I'm going to always say thanks, Bendis.
Yeah.
And then the backup story is a steal. There's a backup to a backup.
Yeah, there's two backup stories in Action.
So the other one's still. So I haven't read this Lois and Clark yet, but the Lois and Clark story's been actually really good with the fake
Doomsday?
Doomsday.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah, like I'll be honest, like I didn't read it this time, but the backups previously have been excellent.
And then there's a Flash movie coming out. If you didn't know, it's on the back of all these books.
Who? Flash Thompson?
Yes, Flash
Is it a
Thompson.
Venom movie?
Worlds collide. So yeah.
Oh, they are colliding. They're kaleidoscopes. I don't know.
I'm sorry. There's a new Michael Keaton movie as Batman coming out.
It was funny. Gregory and I were talking about this yesterday. He was like, "I'm not going to go see Flash," and I was like, "I'll go see Flash because clearly this is the last time Ezra Miller will ever be in a Warner Brothers movie." But like Ben Affleck, he's done some press about it. Like
Affleck.
he's only in the movie for like 5 minutes, and he's like, "I finally nailed Batman." he's so proud of his 5 minutes of Batman in this movie.
Oh, you mean playing him, not okay. All right. True.
No, that's not what I meant.
Okay, all right then. Oh. Wow, what's the rating on this movie?
But anyway, between the Batfleck and Michael Keaton, I think the movie's going to be excellent. James Gunn said it's the best superhero movie he's ever seen.
Yeah, but
like
we're at the point now where we can't really trust James Gunn at this point.
Like, I don't know how much of that is hyperbole and how much is true. So,
like, I don't know what the line items on James Gunn's checks are at this point. Like $1 million for the movie, an extra 25 grand for talking good about the Flash movie.
Maybe,
I can't really. Like, I'm not going to sit there and say, like, I'll agree it's a movie and I'll probably enjoy it because I enjoy pretty much every movie that I watch.
So currently there's 2 movies in theaters that I want to see. There's a movie coming out this week I want to see and a movie next week. So I need to spend a lot of time at the theater soon.
So next up,
Green Arrow
is we continue with our Dawn of DC for Green Arrow #1. So the undeaths, the undeaths of the Green Arrow universe, and actually the first cover is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, the art in the book is fantastic. The story is a little bit chaotic, but
everyone that's dead's alive again.
Like Roy Harper is there, and he seems like Roy Harper, not the weird version from the New 52. And I'll be honest, I have not read a Roy Harper story since Red Hood and the Outlaws at the beginning of New 52, where he did not feel like himself. But anyway, Roy's back, and he is the Roy I remember. Connor is back, and he feels right. Ollie and Dinah have the same dynamic they always have. Like, all of the characters that I enjoy from the Green Arrow, whatever, are all here, and they're all doing a good job. And then I don't want to spoil anything, but like there's a character that shows up that I have not seen in like a decade.
The Manhunters? I see the Manhunters in
here. Manhunters are in here. There is a bit of a time travel or time jump thing going on. Like I said, the first issue is very chaotic. It's all set up like a lot of first issues are. I don't know what's happening, but
who's writing it?
Who is writing it?
Williamson.
Oh, Josh Williamson.
So
okay.
Who's writing Superman.
Yeah. So the writing's solid. It's just, like I said, it's a little chaotic.
Fine. I'll get better at that too. That was the other thing that was on my list to start doing was the creators.
Oh, yeah.
My bad.
His bad.
So Joshua Williamson, and the art is by Sean Zansky?
Zansky. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Here, we're going to do this. Here, I'm going to put it up way up here so you can kind of see everything. There we go.
And I will say I like, and this is a thing that I really liked about Something's Killing the Children, where we would have like a cold open and then double page spread of the logo, and then you go into the story. And yeah, exactly. And I like that. I think that makes
we have now replaced Fast and the Furious with Green Arrow Part 1.
I like that because I feel like it makes the books feel more cinematic. I love long form storytelling. So comics is my favorite genre, favorite medium.
All right. So this is the most cinematic book I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
The layouts in this book is all cinematic.
Yeah.
Like even the transitions.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the art in this book is beautiful. It's perfect.
Spoiler alert, Roy Harper and Connor's in here.
Yeah.
But that's like on page 2.
I really like the look of the book. I'm interested to see the next issue to see if the story goes to a place that I will be able to follow. Because a lot of times with Green Arrow, it's very hit and miss. The last Green Arrow book that I really enjoyed was right after he and Dinah got married. So this is pre-New 52. It's like after...
Yeah, I didn't even read those books.
It's after Infinite Crisis, but before the New 52. Like that year or two there, those books were fun. It was Ollie and Dinah as a married couple having adventures, and I really enjoyed that. The last time I enjoyed Green Arrow before that was Judd Winnick's run.
God, I forgot about
however long ago that was.
Yeah, actually, I like that run too.
Yeah, it was a good run. It was when Ollie became mayor of Star City.
Anyway, Next,
My pick of the week.
Out of the Ashes is Mary Jane and Black Cat #5 by Jed McKay. And once again, I'm going to butcher this guy's name.
Vincenzo Caratu. I don't know.
We're going to start leaving this up to test. That way, if someone gets mad at us with name
I'll take the
pronunciation, test is going down.
There's
man.
an accent mark on this dude's last name. I have no idea. It looks Italian. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know who it is.
Anyway, Mary Jane and Black Cat. We're
Part
still.
5.
It's
Part
still
5 of 5.
the fallout from Dark Web. So they're still like in limbo, dealing with Sim and Belasco and all that.
Fight, hell fight.
And it continues to be one of the most fun books that I'm reading consistently. I think this is the last issue of the series.
It is.
Which makes me sad. But I'm hoping that we get another Mary Jane Black Cat miniseries because their dynamic together is amazing.
And they go to the Hellfire Gala together.
Yeah, I'm honestly looking forward to this Hellfire Gala, mostly because it looks like Captain Marvel's gala costume she borrowed from Cody Rhodes.
So her gala costume is done by Jen Bartel.
It's
so
awesome.
I already love it. But if y'all can see without all the glare, you have not seen the Jen Bartel Captain Marvel gala.
And if you don't follow
phenomenal.
professional wrestling, I would invite you to Google Cody Rhodes entrance.
Sorry, it's glary.
And see the costume that he wears when he comes to the ring. It is very much the Captain Marvel costume.
Yeah.
But
since it's Jim Bartel, I'll be getting that anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's so the Captain Marvel series is ending, but I think this is a one-shot. It's a cover to a Captain Marvel one-shot.
Okay.
It's what it's to.
I don't remember. I remember I saw the art.
I know.
And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's called Captain Marvel Dark Tempest.
Dark Tempest.
I don't know anything about it other than that, and I'm pretty sure it's a one-shot. So
is it a Aquaman crossover? Because that's the only Dark Tempest I know.
No, it's a different Dark Tempest.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he's doing the Mary Jane stuff. Yes.
Oh, DNA?
Yeah.
Nakayama?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw those earlier
Yeah,
today.
I did see
Those. They look great.
That's I'm still stuck on Jim Bartel Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And so then we go to my pick of the week, which is Dawn of DC, Harley Quinn, number, what are we up to, 29?
Which really it's number 2.
Yeah, so really it's number 2.
The second in this
Right.
current
It's still
run.
done by
Sweeney Boo.
Teeny Howard and Sweeney Boo
Mhm.
is basically who's doing this. And then there's a backup story by Adam Warren that he wrote and drew, which I was really excited about because Adam doesn't do a whole bunch of stuff now, but I'm a huge Adam Warren fan. Like it's some of the books I kept. I have long boxes of Adam Warren stuff. And I own more PlayStation magazines than I ever cared to have because he did all the covers to a whole bunch of them. So anyway, so we continue with this story with basically Harley trying to figure out why she is destroying the multiverse. And she wants to figure it out because, well, as she put it, she has a girlfriend. She doesn't want to die.
Yeah. She's like, I got to save this world because this is where my girlfriend lives.
So
she goes and like talks to Zatanna. And Zatanna's like, look, honestly, the dynamic between Harley and Zatanna feels very much old friends getting together and chatting about stuff,
right,
which I love. I did not expect it. I don't know what I've missed where Harley and Zatanna are pals. I don't know. I haven't read a lot of Harley in a really long time. So
yeah, I'm assuming maybe some of that. I don't know. I don't know where that came from either.
Yeah.
But it was really good.
But it's super fun. The book continues to be, it's beautiful.
Yep.
I love the color palette that Sweeney is using in this book. It's, I don't know. It's fun and it's pretty.
And then she eats fruit lanterns.
She does. Instead of like Fruit Loops, it's Fruit Lanterns.
Fruit Lanterns.
And she got a little power ring in her cereal.
Little close up there so you can see the fruit lanterns, and I think it's a sapphire ring.
Yep. Anyway, it's fun. And that's really what I want right now is are books that are fun and kind of light and
so and basically because she's on parole, she has to be a university professor, which is actually great.
it's been
'cause
delightful. Yeah.
anytime the kids annoy her, she's just like, pop quiz.
Yep.
So
There's also a panel in here, and like Batman shows up, and she's like, "This is Batman." In case you didn't know who he was,
and
it's just fun.
And I think Adam showed this page. So this is his backup story. So it's just kind of a dream sequence
Yeah,
with Adam Warren and
like
Harley and his hyenas.
and in the main story, like when Harley's trying to work through things, she's just talking out loud to the hyenas. Like they are her sounding board for when she's trying to figure stuff out.
So yeah, I've enjoyed this book. I've enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, me too. Did not expect to enjoy a Harley Quinn book because
Yeah, I was getting it just because of Sweeney Boo. So I will continue to get it because of Sweeney Boo. But I mean, Teenie Howard is a great writer, so it's turned out to be really, really well done. So that's good. What was your pick of the week, Tess?
Ask me again when I read something.
What?
I know.
tisk.
Not read anything.
Tisk.
You've not read anything this week.
I have read things, but nothing we have here. So
what was your pick of the week?
also the things I read were really bad.
Oh, there you go.
Hmm.
Boo.
Boo me. I know, right? I read the first two.
That means she read a poetry book that she doesn't like.
I said one thing. I had one personal opinion.
I'm just saying. Just putting it out there.
One opinion.
Earlier, I saw that she was reading
I was
Lumberjanes.
reading Lumberjanes,
Well-
and that was really good.
Well, there you go.
But I didn't know if I was allowed to pick that. For my
Everyone's always allowed to pick Lumberjanes.
Okay.
There might be a case to argue that that's the best book we have in the store.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. Then that's my pick of the week.
Yep.
I
I
really enjoyed
I
it.
think
Lumberjanes
everyone
is
here
great.
loves
Yeah, Lumberjanes is
Lumberjanes.
amazing.
Yeah, it's very well done, very handled.
Yeah.
And then, the creator went to do like She-Ra
Yeah.
and many other things.
She's the princess of power.
She is the princess. The other thing I have to show is don't forget, people, we now have t-shirts.
Yay.
So if you haven't gone to our social media to get this, you can, if you come in the store, you can scan this QR code that Jacqueline's very proud of. She's very proud of this QR code.
So please
you
come use it.
Yeah, so you can scan it, and there's 5 or 6 different shirts. There's probably more.
There's a lot of options.
And then there's 5 or 6 different colors.
Yep.
So I think I ordered
You should get one in every color.
There's sweatshirts. I know there's a sweatshirt because Jacqueline told me I couldn't have one because you don't wear sweatshirts.
True.
I'm like, it's fair.
Yeah.
And I said I wear zippy ones, but she's like, well, you don't have zippy. I'm like, but you could put the logo on the back, but they didn't have the zippies at all.
No.
So,
Sad.
yep. So we got that. So I told Jacqueline I would talk about the t-shirts. So
Mhm.
that's done.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Check it off the list.
Check. And then we got free comic book day a week and a half away.
10 days.
Mhm.
So that's coming up. And I printed off labels.
Okay.
So I've got that far. I'll probably do a video of unboxing all of the free comic book day books and post next week.
Okay.
So all that. So you'll look for that next week over on this YouTubers thing.
Mm-hmm.
That way everyone can see what's coming up there. And then I'm taking next Friday off because I have to go pick up Jarrett from the airport at some point in time.
Mm.
And Jarrett, who writes Chef's Kiss, Oni is actually printing prints for us for Jarrett to give away for Chef's Kiss.
Yep. The limited number of
Yes,
prints.
we will have a limited number of prints
Mhm.
that Oni and Jarrett was nice enough to get. I don't know who's doing what because nothing is actually free in this free comic book day. Free comic book day is a lot of money and a lot of time.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I was talking to Phoebe yesterday or day before yesterday, and I was like, look, the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna be frazzled. You're not gonna see me very much. And she was like, but why? And I was like, free comic book day. And she was like, oh, right. Understandable. Yeah.
So,
'cause, the last couple of weeks and the next couple of weeks are like the most stressful month of my life is the month leading up to free comic book day. We have a lot to do.
Tess.
I say we.
Tess has got a lot of boxes to move. She's got like 30 boxes that she's got to move.
Yeah, I need to do. There's a lot to be done. I am gonna spend the next week and a half doing a lot of manual labor. I need to go get the racks from storage and
Those, yeah,
move
those
some
two
stuff-
racks.
move some stuff from the back room into storage so that we can move stuff from the floor
And
into
you
the
gotta
back
come
room.
get tables.
I know. Yep. Got a lot to do.
That's what happens when my truck goes kabooey and I no longer have a truck.
That's all right. I have a truck.
I know.
I'll keep it trucking.
But it used to be easier when I could throw in the back of my truck and bring. But nope, can't do that
Yep.
after mine.
It's
after
all
my
right.
truck
It's
died.
all right. It's all fine. All is well.
All fine.
I did.
We can put Tess in the storage unit and have her go back there and grab the racks and the.
Yeah. I
Well,
feel
I did spend a few hours in the storage unit a couple weeks ago, and I made a nice path from the front to where the racks are because I forgot that I needed to get those out and just piled 100 long boxes in front of them.
Way to go, Tommy.
Yep. I like to do things to cause myself more work for some reason.
So anyway, that's coming up. So we're focusing frantically on that.
Yep.
So if you have questions about that, we'll be able to answer because that is the focus is free comic book day.
Yep. Now I did spend some time in the last week. I priced four or five short boxes of new books. If anybody wants to come in and look through them, there's a bunch of cool stuff. The exciting things for me were there's a bunch of Sonic the Hedgehog and like Knuckles comics in there, which I don't see very often. So I was excited.
Wasn't there Sonic in there that wasn't IDW?
Yeah, there's a bunch of the Archie
Sonic.
Sonics.
Sonic,
Yeah. All the
that's what I
Sonics
thought.
that I have in there are all from the Archie era.
Yeah, I didn't think they were IDW.
So yeah,
stuff.
there's a bunch of Sonic and some Knuckles.
I
And
heard he was fast.
he's got to go fast.
Lego's making a new Sonic set,
Oh yeah.
and so they're not doing a Sonic in the swirl, but they've got a blue container that you put the minifig in, and
Okay.
then you can launch it, and it will go through the thing.
All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that.
That's cool.
excellent.
There's a bunch of cool Lego stuff out right now that I want, but I can't afford. Like Rivendell.
Yeah, I
want-
still have not.
God, it's $500 and I want it real bad, but
50, right?
I don't. It's
I don't know.
more than $20,
Whatever,
so I
yeah.
can't.
It's more than 46 cents.
Yeah, sad.
I did get my Wally and Eva the other day,
Yeah. Are those the Brickheads things? Okay.
but
I-
they go really well as a robot though.
Well, I was
right?
gonna say, yeah, the Brickheads. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the Brickheads, but them as robots, that seems like they'd be
It
cool.
works out. Yeah,
Yeah.
works out pretty well.
Yeah.
They're not that bad. So what else is going on? What's going on, Tess? What's going on?
That's a really good question. We did have a question from Gregory last week, which he asked me about again today. So would you like to answer it?
So
Absolutely.
wait, first before we do this, is it that you didn't ask it or you asked it and we chose to ignore it?
I forgot about it.
Okay, cool. It's not our
Okay, all right.
fault. Awesome.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, if we chose to ignore it, we don't want you to ask it
I
because
don't think you
it's going to
ignored
be
it.
awkward
That was
again when we
also-
ignore it.
A week ago, so I don't remember. Which comic character or team is in most dire need for a slate cleaning reboot? You can
So
ignore it.
read that one more time.
Which comic character or
Comic
team
character.
is in most dire need for a slate cleaning reboot?
Hmm.
So my answer is going to be no one really needs a slate cleaning reboot.
Mhm.
You just need to pick kind of like what they're currently doing with a lot of characters, picking what works
Yeah.
and just going with it. Like you don't ever have to. Like I'm not a continuity person, right? Like I like continuity in the sense of I have a Spider-Man book. Uncle Ben died. Uncle Ben should always.
Spoilers.
Uncle Ben should always. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, that came out in 62. So if you don't know by now, that was 1962. So if you don't know Uncle Ben died and that help make Spider-Man, like that thing needs to work, right? Like, and I also feel like the Gwen Stacy piece she would need to stay dead. But like that's the only continuity stuff that I need for Spider-Man.
So I feel like Suicide Squad is a book that back in the 80s was used as sort of like a Cold War relic.
Right.
Like the US government's going in and they're assassinating people for the greater good. Now, the last 20 years or so, Suicide Squad has just been like, oh, these bad guys have a bomb in their head. And if they don't do what I tell them, I'll blow their head up. And that's been the plot. But I have for a long time thought, like, what would really the Suicide Squad look like in today's political climate? Like,
but that wouldn't need to be slate cleaning, though,
well,
right? That would just need to be Amanda Waller getting her head out of her ass.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, I'm also with you. Like, I'm slate clean. It's not really a thing I care about. Like, I don't need it to be wiped clean to start a new thing. I just need the new thing to be interesting and make sense.
Yeah, like you don't have to erase all the old Suicide Squad stuff to come back to that, right? Like you don't have to.
And like I'll be honest, God, I can't remember. It was a couple years ago, Suicide Squad, where Amanda Waller kind of got shoved to the side and this new guy took over. And a bunch of people died, and they introduced a bunch of new characters, and
Stupid Thunderbolts.
It was really well done, and the characters were cool, like the new characters. There was the God, I can't remember anybody's name now. There was like a person with wings and a person that swam, I think.
Sharkhead.
And they were like a couple. They recently showed up in something. I can't. Anyway,
Hawk and Dove. Which version of Hawk and Dove?
But like Suicide Squad always felt like a series to me that never met its potential. Like I feel like could be some really clever like social commentary in that book that we never saw.
Right.
Because it was too busy being like edgy and cool. So they didn't really do a lot of social commentary in it. Like the closest thing to social commentary I ever saw with Suicide Squad was Gail Simone's Birds of Prey, when they would show up in that.
Yeah, I mean that's like and so that goes back to the whole slate cleaning though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they just did that when they did the Birds of Prey movie and threw Harley Quinn in it, and so we go and we do a new Birds of Prey book. It was kind of a slate cleaning.
Yeah.
But now it's Harley Quinn. And it's like, well, this book didn't need that, right? Like, I don't need Harley to be, which is probably where the majority of my dislike of Harley comes from, right? Like, I don't need something shoved in every book just because, hey, she had a successful movie. So let's shove her in everything. So it was like, I can do more with it, but I don't need to erase or I don't need to try to erase to say, hey, this is what it is now.
Yeah.
Like that's.
I've never been a big fan of the clean slate starting over kind of thing. Part of it is because I enjoy long form storytelling. And when you clean the slate, it wipes out everything that comes before. And I think if you don't pay attention to the history of a thing, then the now of it doesn't have the dramatic tension that's necessary to hold my interest.
Right.
Like there's like with the X-Men, they did when Hickman came on, he created a whole new X-Men mythos, but he didn't ignore what came before. Like he built on it and made it something different. And I really think that that's the way to make characters and teams and stuff interesting, is that you don't ignore what came before. You build on it.
But I think they get stuck, like I said, I think they get stuck in we need continuity, right? We need to make this continuity work because these characters have been out forever. Well, no, you need to stick to the base, right? Like just here's what the base of this is. If it changes a little bit over time, so be it,
And
right?
it's going to, especially in comics, when you've got 50, 60, 70 years of continuity on a character, you don't need all of it.
No.
You just figure out which part works
Right.
now, because the stuff that worked 30 years ago isn't the same stuff that's going to work now.
Right. Like
And
my
just-
favorite character, Spider-Man. I need Uncle Ben to stay dead. I need Gwen Stacy to stay dead. Other than that,
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, I don't care if we contradict something or whatever. Like, it happened. It just maybe not happen.
Yeah.
That way.
Just entertain me.
Right.
I'm easy. Just entertain me.
Pretty much. That's pretty much true.
Like, I just want a good story, decent art. Like, I can read a book that has good writing and bad art, but I can't read a book that has good art and bad writing.
Right.
But that's me. I know there are a lot of people who will read a book that has good art if the writing is terrible because they care more about the art than the writing.
I care more about
That's
the
fine.
writing and probably the art, but I have abandoned books because the art did not go with the book.
So the book,
I'm not mentioning names. I'm just saying.
I'm going to mention some names. I read Amazing Spider-Man my entire life. I have read it forever. There have been times that I've taken a couple years off because the particular creative team or story arc I hated. Aunt May is a clone. Peter Parker selling his marriage to the devil. I quit both of those times. I quit reading the book for a couple years.
I heard he went down to Georgia.
Oh my God. Golden Fiddles. And now I've lost my train of thought. I know all I can think about is Golden Fiddles. Dang it.
My plan is working.
Oh my God. Yeah, I literally have forgotten what I was saying.
You were talking about something. I know where you were going with artwork and Spider-Man.
Right.
And someone who shouldn't have drew Spider-Man.
So when Straczynski was writing Spider-Man, there was a rotating cast of artists, but the main artist on the book was John Romita Jr. Now, I am admittedly not a big fan of John Romita Jr. He has done books that I've enjoyed, like his X-Men stuff in the 80s, the Wolverine Ghost Rider Punisher book that he did, I thought was really cool.
That was with Blackheart, right?
Yeah, Blackheart was the villain. I loved his design on Blackheart. It was like
I remember that
really
thing.
cool. Yeah. But when you've got a guy who draws with thick lines and sharp angles, and he is drawing what is basically an acrobat in tights flipping through the city, it didn't work. I did not enjoy it at all.
If anyone has ever seen Roblox, imagine Roblox swinging through the air, being very flexible and agile. It doesn't work really well.
But Straczynski's story was so good and the writing was so solid that I kept through it the whole time. And the current run of Spider-Man, I'm not a big fan of Zeb Wells as a writer. I clearly don't particularly like John Romita Jr. drawing Spider-Man, but for some reason, this particular iteration of this writer-artist combo works.
Right. Well, Romita Jr.'s art in here is not as boxy.
So what we have noticed is that Romita remembered how to draw circles. It's not all just right angles. There are circles.
Because Romita Jr. at the same when he was doing Spider-Man, I can't remember if it was before or the first time.
Yeah.
If it was before or after, I can't remember. But he also did Iron Man. And he drew Iron Man the same way, but it was completely fine because it's armor.
Yeah.
Like,
Romita Jr. drawing Iron Man?
Yeah, it was
works.
completely fine.
It works.
It worked fine. The art worked well in that book. He could draw boots. So the boots worked with the Jets, but the Spider-Man was really and I think that was I don't know who the artist was, but I think that's been my issue with the new Batgirl series.
Yeah.
Like the new Batgirl series, the story's great. And once again, I could handle the art. So there's a couple of issues where he did the art, or whoever did the art, they were like in a schoolroom setting or some other setting, mall setting or something. The art was fine. Like, didn't have a problem with it. It worked. But then, like, every time the Batgirls are trying to do like acrobatic stuff and fighting people, it really threw me off because it was like they were clunky, right?
I had the same problem with the Tim Drake book. They changed artists and then canceled the book, but whatever. The original artist on that book the slice of life stuff, the stuff with Tim and Bernard, like having dinner, talking to their neighbors, perfect. But the minute he put on the Robin costume and started doing superhero stuff, I pulled me right out of it. Like the art just did not work for that. Like if that artist was doing like a YA book in high school, it'd be perfect. It'd be beautiful. I would love it. But the superheroing part just didn't work out.
Yep.
And now that they've changed the art so that it looks really good, they've canceled.
They canceled the book. Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah,
it's
it was only supposed to be 6 issues, and then they extended it, and now they can't.
Yep. So the Green Arrow book that came out today was originally supposed to be 6 issues, and they announced today that they've extended it to 12 issues. What? Which may be a precursor to it becoming ongoing. I don't know what the deal is.
Because Ollie's lost in time, right? In that book.
That's what it looks like. Yeah, there's a jump forward, and Ollie isn't quite the one-armed guy from Dark Knight Returns. But
this is coming out of where the Justice League died earlier or late last year.
Yeah.
And then they disbanded, which is why the Titans are going to be the premier team. Coming soon. We just FOC'd that.
God, I'm so excited about the Titans being like.
Yeah, that was FOC last week. So Titans.
Yep.
They are number Justice League. It's Titans.
Yep.
But so during that, Ollie had to stay behind to get the rest of the league out of those little bubble universes they were in to help save everyone else. And so when he did that, it threw him through time. And now Canary is like, I need my man. That's what, am I wrong? That is basically how
I miss my fella.
I miss my fella.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the character they brought back in Green Arrow that I haven't seen in like 10 years or more is in that future. And like it seems like they came back to the past. I don't know. It's like I said, it's a little chaotic, it's a little confusing, but I assume that the next issue will give us some answers of why things are the way they are. We'll see.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Why so sad, Tess?
Huh?
You look so sad over there.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
Check it.
No, sir.
Goodness. Sorry, I couldn't come up with something to answer.
That was just a smack. Move on, man.
Yeah.
All right.
How dare you?
Wow. So you got anything for us? Do you have anything for us this week?
Right, I don't.
You don't?
I trusted you guys to keep
No,
yourself
we can keep
going.
We can.
I mean, we can.
But we just,
We like to check in with you.
we like
every
to
once in a
check
while.
in.
Oh, this is nice.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is us just being like, hey,
Yeah.
how's it going, buddy?
Wow, this is
You
an
good?
intervention, isn't
Yeah.
this?
You over there with your shark pants on.
Yeah. Shark pants.
Those are
Ooh-ha.
I asked her earlier if she was fighting with alligators.
Or alligator. Alligator fighting pants?
I am.
Whatever. She lost.
No, I didn't. I have 8 crocodiles living in my bathtub.
And Shelly?
In
Wow.
Shelly.
Wow.
They have like a clawfoot bathtub. There are 8 alligators in there.
Tessa's
I
house name is
conquered.
Shelly. In case anyone didn't know.
Is
So
your
get-
house a turtle?
It's haunted. Her house
It's
is
haunted.
haunted.
By Shelly.
The whole
Davis.
house is haunted.
Mary
So-
Shelley?
That's what I thought, but apparently not.
All
So-
right.
Yeah.
Anyways, I got nothing.
No, that's fine. We'll continue. We wanted to give you a chance
Aw,
to make
you wanted to
sure
give me
in
the
case you had
floor.
in case you had something tonight.
So cool.
Don't you have some other acting gig coming up soon?
I have finals.
Oh,
Gross. So that's
acting
this
finals. What do you do in acting finals?
weekend. We have been working on scenes for like a while.
Do you
we
do
just have
scenes
to
from a
get
hat?
That's an improv game. Yes, we do play that.
Okay, all right.
I
I do know it's improv game. That's why I asked.
yeah, my improv final is Friday night. So I figured get off that. And the acting finals is Saturday. And then I'm done,
Wow.
I think.
Huh.
I think the most fun challenge that we had when I did theater in high school was we did gender bent Steel Magnolias.
That's what
Wow.
And I was Weezer. That was
I love that.
one of the most fun acting exercises I ever did.
So Manchester High School is doing Legally Blonde
I
currently.
heard.
Yeah, almost Jacqueline and I were like, we should maybe go see that because that should be. We just want to see where the songs are.
Yeah, that does sound fun,
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just want to know where the song. Just want to know where the songs are. That's got to be.
Mhm.
So hang on. So let's go back to Free Comic Book Day.
Okay.
So I'll have a video next week to show all the books, and we may pick a couple of books next week so we could talk about on Tuesday.
Okay.
Because like the Marvel book is a kickoff
For two things,
for
right?
two things
Yeah.
for Spider-Man and Avengers.
I think Avengers. Yeah.
I think there might be an X-Men thing.
Well, I
in
think
there
it's
too.
Spider-Man, Venom, and Avengers.
Yeah.
Like I think it's 3 different
Gotcha.
things. I
And
know,
then-
like the Venom and Carnage stuff this summer, they're doing like an event that's sort of like encapsulated in the Venom and Carnage books that I'm probably not going to read.
Probably. Oh,
Yeah. I was trying to be nice.
I just can't get into Carnage. It's fine.
The important thing is I saw in the new previews that comes out tomorrow. They are doing an epic collection of the Venom Space Knight Agent Venom stuff.
are they?
Yeah, I'm
that I'm
super hyped
excited
for that.
for. Okay.
Yeah, that is
That-
the best Venom I've read maybe ever. Yeah,
So-
Flash Thompson is Venom. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, it's like $45, but it's going to be a thick boy.
So anyway, Tommy and I talk about a couple of things. Then we'll drop another video probably Wednesday to talk about Wednesday or Thursday. I think usually it's Thursday we do a video drop, but I may do it early for the other free comic books. But I'll bring a couple back up this weekend so we can quickly read and talk about that.
Okay,
Because
sounds good.
there's going to be new stuff,
Mhm.
along with some stuff that's going to be reprint stuff.
We also next week we're getting the DC Free Comic Book Day book,
Okay.
so that'll show up for us next week.
Oh,
Like we're not giving that out till Free Comic Book Day, but we've all but the DC book, we've got them in house already.
well, we got one DC. We
Did
got
we?
Yeah, because we got the one for the Dawn
Oh,
of
right.
DC. So they had a couple.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
one that's coming is like the preview for all the stuff coming till the end of the year. I think this is their like big preview book. This is the big deal book.
That was the one that they announced late.
Yeah.
Right.
This was one where like we didn't get to order them. They told us how many we could have.
You're going to take these and you're going to like it.
Yeah. So I'm based on how much I've been enjoying DC since the Dawn of DC thing happened. I am very excited to see this book next week. Maybe even more than the other Free Comic Book Day books. We'll see. I don't know. Hopefully it's good.
And because there's also a new, also that's a part in there is the, is Power Rangers is getting a new book, but it's called Rangers Academy.
Yeah, that should
And
be
so
cool.
basically Boom's doing Rangers Academy. And so there's a preview book for that. That'll be in that
Mhm.
stack.
Yeah.
So
Rangers Academy sounds fun.
yeah, I haven't flipped. I've got to open them up, but
Yeah.
I know it's in
Yeah,
there.
when we got the Free Comic Book Day books, I counted them to make sure they were all here, and then sealed them up in a box and stuck them in the back, and then Phil took them home.
Yeah.
So I haven't looked at any of them.
They're all home.
We'll have to break into Philip's house to look at them.
I start stickering. I should just go live for like 4 hours while I just sticker every book
I mean,
on Facebook. Just
the first time I ever did Facebook Live, I was making bags and boards, and it was like 10, 12 minutes of me just making bags and boards, and we had like 15 people watching it. I wasn't saying anything. There was no noise in the background. It was just like, whoop, whoop.
Tessa's made a few videos of her bagging the board.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
So she gets lots of comments.
Maybe I'll do Facebook Live when I go see Taylor Swift.
Please do.
We'll see.
I wonder how fast they'll throw you out.
Well, based on the videos that I keep seeing on TikTok, everybody's recording Taylor
No,
Swift.
people regularly live stream it, like
Yeah,
from
really?
the pit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's
I've been
wild.
watching them
Wow.
live.
Yeah, I've seen a ton
Huh.
of videos
That's
from her
crazy.
concerts. Yeah, and it doesn't like I don't think she cares, honestly.
I mean,
Like-
you've already paid the ticket.
Mhm.
Like I have seen enough clips that I've seen basically the entire concert, and I cannot wait to go see the concert. So, like, she clearly,
Actually, I have a concert I'm going to this weekend.
yeah.
I'm actually going to a concert.
Where are you going?
At the Capital L downtown, whatever.
Oh, right.
So it's Tennille Towns.
Mhm.
She's a Canadian, I guess, country singer.
Yep.
But I guess she does country. It's more like from the heart type stuff. So I'm really excited because be like me and 300 of our closest friends.
You know when we should do Facebook Live is when we go see Lindsey Sterling and Walk Off the Earth, because we're going. Our friends Jess and Scott are going. There will be a whole bunch of us there.
I'm a big Lindsey Sterling fan, and I love Walk Off the Earth.
And I am a huge Walk Off the Earth fan.
Yeah, he is. He talked my ear off the other day. I was like, what?
I love them. Okay.
Have you not heard of them before then?
No.
What?
You guys never mentioned it yet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Walk
So
Off the Earth is
you know
great.
what? Tomorrow, whoever comes in tomorrow, you might just be listening to Walk Off the Earth all day. We'll see.
I know. It's also 7:45.
What?
I know.
Huh.
But a minute ago, I just looked and we'd only been talking for 8 minutes.
All right. I think Tess wants to leave.
No, we don't. We can keep going.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Ooh, Bill's
Bill
gonna
said-
go too. Yeah.
Yes, Bill, you absolutely should. It's gonna be a good time.
It's
Like
gonna
we
be a
got,
whole bunch of us.
we got the general admission tickets, so we need to bring chairs because they don't have them out in the field. But yeah, absolutely. You guys, everybody should go.
Yeah.
Lindsey Sterling's amazing,
Yeah.
but I like Philip's a huge Lindsey Sterling fan. I'm a huge Walk Off the Earth fan. So it's gonna be a good time.
Yep.
The only thing I'm sad about is that beard guy died a couple years ago.
Yeah, well.
But they added a new beard guy. He's skinny and ginger, but
And they've been
He's got a
having her daughter has been doing some stuff too.
yes. Anyway, all right.
Anyway,
We'll
all right.
We'll stop.
Yep, we'll stop now. So once again, thanks for joining us. If you haven't, please subscribe to our channel and we'll keep making some kind of weird videos that we currently do. Come back and like this. Please like.
If you could subscribe, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hit the little bell button.
Yeah.
Right? Or tap
Ding.
the bell button.
Yeah.
Hit
Make
the
a noise
subscribe.
when you hit it as well.
Yeah,
Ding.
that's always
Boink.
works.
Boink.
Anyway, thanks everybody for joining us, and we will talk to you next time. Oh, it's all ruined. Bye.